Assistant Professor, Department of Electrical and Electronics Engineering from Sai Vidya Institute of Technology, teaching you all the subject called Testing and Commissioning of Power System Apparatus. For 2017 scheme, this is an elective subject and the subject code is 17EE752. So in today's session, we are going to study what are the characteristics of transformer oil and what are the qualities of a good transformer oil. So let us proceed with the characteristics of the transformer oil. There are three properties of the transformer oil, such as physical property, chemical property, and electrical property. So first let us see what are the characteristics of the physical properties of a transformer oil. The first property is the density. What should be the density of a good transformer oil? It should be 0.89 gram per meter squared at 29.5 degrees centigrade. The interfacial tension is the measure of the molecular attractive force between the oil and the water molecules at their interface. So it should have a good interfacial tension. Moisture content, the amount of free and dissolved water which is present in the oil. It should not have water content within it. So moisture content has to be removed. Flash point, it is defined as the temperature at which the oil turns out to be vapor. And this vapor, when it mixes with air, it gives a momentary flash on the application of test flame under specific condition. So it should have a high flash point. Viscosity, it's a measure of the oil resistance to flow continuously without external forces. The viscosity will always increase when the temperature decreases. It is necessary that viscosity should be as low as possible at low temperature prelatures. The pour point. How do you define a pour point? The pour point is defined as the temperature at which the oil just flows under the specific conditions. The oil must be too viscous or solidifies, it will hinder the formation. Therefore, there are 6 more points which you have to remember for the physical properties. What are the 6 points? Density, interfacial tension, moisture content, flash point, viscosity, and the last one is the pour point. Coming to the next property are the electrical properties. Under electrical property, the first one is the strength of the oil. It is measured with the help of the breakdown voltage. What do you mean by breakdown voltage? It is the voltage at which the breakdown occurs between the two electrodes when the oil is subjected to an electric field under prescribed condition. It should have a specific resistance. A low value of the specific resistance indicates that there is a moisture content and the conductive contaminants inside it. So specific resistance is a most sensitive property of the oil which has to be taken utmost care. The insulation resistance of the winding of a transformer is also dependent on the specific resistance or the resistivity of the oil. What is dielectric dissipation factor? It is defined as the sine of the loss angle. What do you mean by loss angle? Loss angle is defined as the angle between the two mediums is called as the loss angle, and it should be approximately equal to the tangent of the loss angle for the dielectrics, and it is a good tool to indicate the quality of insulation. So you always say that dielectric dissipation factor should be unity. Coming to the last characteristic, that is chemical characteristics. There are 2 points which you have to remember under chemical properties. One is the neutralization value. What do you mean by neutralization value? It is defined as the measure of the free organic and inorganic acids which are present in the oil, and they are expressed in milligrams of KOH required, which are required to neutralize the total free acids in 1 gram of oil. Coming to the second point is the stability oxidation stability. It is nothing but the presence of the natural inhibitors which becomes a part of antioxidation characteristics to the oil. So you should make sure that no sludges are formed when the oil gets aged. Hence, you have to keep it intact. And the third and the last point is the corrosive sculpture. It should not get rusted very easily, and the crude petroleum which usually contain sculpture compounds, which are most of them are eliminated by refining. You keep refining the oil every now and then. The traces of corrosive sculpture may be present sometimes in the oil. So you should always make sure these three properties are met properly. When do you say the oil is very good transformer oil? These are the qualities of a good transformer oil. So whenever the oil is pale yellow in color, it indicates that it is a good transformer oil and you can use it. And you should always make sure that the oil should never contain any suspended particles or impurities which deteriorates the rate of action. It should be free from the dust particles or carbon particles or sludges present. It should have high dielectric strength. It should have low viscosity. It should have high flashing point. It should have good electrical characteristics such as breakdown voltage, dielectric dissipation factor, all those things. The maximum density of the insulating oil at 29 degrees centigrade is 0.89 gram per meter square. It should possess less interfacial tension and it should have high specific resistance. So these are the 10 qualities of a good transformer oil which you always require. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you.